Alright, well, it's been a little while since I made a video, and I figure it's not that hard to make one. I don't have like the most exciting topics for us today, or really anything. I was gonna do dyno results, but I lost the dyno sheet. So look at that, we're less than 20 seconds into the video, and I'll just let you know now that we made about 280 wheel. I'll show you the dyno graph and everything once I get the dyno. And you know, I was planning on doing like a full video production or something on it, but it just never came out to happening. I will probably in the summer or when I get a little bit more spare time, but until then, yeah, we're just gonna have to deal with the oldie, I don't know, just probably more of a lackluster video. But I got this tensioner. Ever since I did the water pump, the belt never stopped squealing, and I've like retensioned it and done a bunch of stuff, but it didn't work. So I just got this particular component from Amazon, super cheap. I'll put the link in the description. And then I finally got another anti-BMW Club sticker. My other one over on that side is beginning to peel off, so that sucks. But got this like little POV mount, and I'm hoping it looks good and is decent enough for me to do some work on. So yeah, just a basic little tensioner video today. We'll see if there's even a good angle on here. I'm gonna have to take off the belt, of course, and do some other stuff. So shouldn't be too bad. I have some oil to do an oil change. I still haven't done one since the trip. Granted, I haven't been driving this car much since it's all cold, and kind of took it out of me. There was once I got back, the clutch felt real strange, and granted, I was like super tired one night, and I think I rode it getting gas on the way home. Like rode the clutch pretty hard, so I think I wore it pretty good. But yeah, now we should be doing okay. Cool. So I'm gonna want a socket, but I got one of those, so we're doing good. First time touching the car in a while, but we should be fine. I like DIY wired the harness, right? So I'm not entirely sure if I would get a battery light or not if the belt went, and I don't really want to play that game. This is also a shortened belt, no, a lengthened belt from Angry Ass Solutions, since I have the power steering underdrive pulley, so I don't really know the exact length of it, and I hit them up, but they're super busy, so they weren't able to get it for me anytime soon. There's like a little 13 in here, and I'm hoping you guys can kind of see where I'm pointing. Yeah, hopefully I can get that 13 off with a socket, but I doubt it, so it might just be getting this tensioner off with a wrench, which actually maybe I can do. I could clickbait it like world's first tensioner. Nah, I'm gonna try getting a socket in there. I need a 13-bit. I still have all my tools in the back from doing the old road trip. I figure it's actually kind of nice keeping them all in here. Don't want to remove the radiator. That always sucks. Much more of a job than I'd be willing to do right now. Also, my Willwood pedals are leaking a little bit of brake fluid ever so slightly, so maybe I'll tighten it up with this stubby, but I used a smaller screwdriver, this guy, to tighten it up. It seemed to be like the low pressure feed line into the master that was leaking. Check out this super clean shop, but I want a 3/8 13, and I bet you that's the one that's missing, but let's see. This one doesn't seem to have a size. 13. Hey, let's go. I mean, yeah, it's gonna have to back out, but oh, there we go. Money. Oh. Don't fuck the radiator. Nice. Place the tensioner. Hopefully it stops all the belt squeals, because it sucks. I want to do like cold start videos, you know, and stuff like that, but it's tough to do all that when the belt immediately squeals every time you start it up.
And like I rev it out and it quietens up, but
this is the guy that I'm replacing. Shouldn't be too hard. I picked up this POV mount so I could like demonstrate the speed of the car better. But since then I've been a little bit scared about kind of advertising speeding, or what's the term, aggressive acceleration. I also just realized I didn't need to take that off, so we are doing great here. 10 out of 10. This doesn't exactly look keyed any which way. The height's the same, so I'm stoked on that. I just imagine a mechanical spring might be a little bit better than this. But this is like, I mean, I kind of get it to compress. Also looks like maybe some metal was lost out of it at some point. Who knows? It might not even need replacing, right? I mean, aside from these not really spinning super nicely between each other,
that seemed to have gone in super easily. It might be a bit of a fight to get it to fit all the way back in the car, but what are you gonna do?
oh, I also have a friend, Pete, who watches these videos, and he wanted to shout out his gamer tag is Mighty Third Finger, because he only has 3 fingers on one hand. Oh no, because his third finger is missing. That's it. So there you go, Pete. Got your shout out. He's also been busting my balls about making another video, so yeah. Got those two snugged up. Just snugged. And then comes the risky of tightening in this pulley with the radiator so close. Couldn't imagine how easy this would be if I had like normal clearance between the radiator and the engine. Thinking like, you know, with like a mechanical fan or something. Should we start it and see? The battery was dead because I forgot to put it on a trickle charger and it has a drain. So I don't know if it'll just like start straight away, but we can find out. My jump pack lost battery too. Cool. I'll take it. Turned out pretty good. Let's get the fat stubby on the oh, got dirt on my shirt. On the air intake real quick. So, at least on my M60, I don't have the traction control throttle body. Whoa, almost a bad day. So I have this like bendy boot, and I think that was what I was going to do, is get the traction control throttle body on here. So that way I can just use standard 3.5 inch, and it skips the, or it still includes the intake elbow for the idle control valve here. And this is what I mean by torque. Like, I get so much more leverage versus this. And this also swivels, so it doesn't really make it super easy. Well, cool, that's a tensioner. Hopefully that fixed it, since the car's warm. Since the car's warm, you know, it's hard to say if that fixed it or if it's just not squealing, because that would do it after their car had a chance to heat up. Get all these tools going. Call it a day. Guess we have the matter of this. I don't know. Kind of neat. Not really feeling it. I kind of, now that it started and not squealing, I kind of want to take it out. So let's do that. get you guys a suction cup mount, clean up my hands, clean up a little bit, and it should be good. Well, it can be a Altima or it can be a Sentra, but as long as it's like a Nissan sedan, it's faster than you. Didn't record quite enough time, but there's like a 90s Nissan that, like a mile back, decided they wanted to catch up, and sure enough, they caught up. But now they're going slow, and they didn't look or anything. But yeah, I mean, it's a tensioner, right? It's not the most exciting information, and I think I already gave away the horsepower at the start of this video. So yeah, I've got like a lot more interest in making some cooler videos and stuff, and I was like, okay, back to my day job, you know, like maybe I'll be able to do like weekly videos, but turns out having like a day job takes a lot of the time and energy away from being able to do stuff like this. So not mad at it, I quite enjoy what I do, but yeah, it's just, I mean, quite a hiatus from the last time I shot a video. So tensioner, when I would like downshift and stuff, they used to squeal between upshifts, downshifts, all that stuff. So it's doing really well now. I mean, you know, you fix like a squeal or a squeak or anything in your car, and it feels a little bit more put together and, you know, like more complete, especially when it's kind of like a project like this. So yeah, I'm stoked with it. As far as, I mentioned this in while I was like putting together the tensioner, but I looked back at the footage and I don't know how much is usable. So as far as like a lightweight flywheel goes, I'm really, 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 really happy with it. It's made like the driving characteristics of this car so much better. Not having quite as much rotational inertia lets me kind of like upshift, downshift, throw it around a lot easier, and it's a lot more forgiving too when I'm like feathering out the clutch. So yeah, really big fan of that modification. And then like the transmission bushings, I went through for the softest poly that they had, and to be completely honest, like it's pretty great right now. It's a little vibraty, like right around like the 2500 mark, but I mean, right now it's pretty smooth, and I kind of do like the ruggedness of it just because it feels a little bit more race car, and you know, having a V8 and a E30 doesn't feel like a race car enough, so I'm really glad that I did that kind of mod to it. But yeah, 280 at sea level. I know that disappointed a lot of people. Like everybody was definitely thinking like above 3-wheel. It was on a dyno jet by National Speed down in North Carolina. Really, really cool people. Had like a 10 out of 10 experience there. And I did take more footage to show, and like I will have a dyno video where I dynoed it down in North Carolina, and then I dynoed it up here at altitude. So I'm not even going to put in the, you know, you're already clicked on the video, but not in the thumbnail, not in the title, dyno results. If you clicked and watched, good shit. You get the 280 is what you get to see. And the guys down at National Speed also identified a few areas where there could be a little bit more power in the tune. And granted, right, Daniel just sent me his tune from Texas. This is not a tune even specifically for this engine. I mean, to an extent, right? But you can always get a little bit more. Every engine's different. And so yeah, I'm pretty stoked with how it turned out. Like 280 is underwhelming, and I know it's going to break a lot of hearts. It's great in this car. I am looking at and thinking of, I think probably a centrifugal supercharger might be the easiest bet, but if there's some solutions that pop up for a Roots style in the future, I may end up doing that. I don't want blistering power, but I do miss being in North Carolina where I would, you know, or being just in lower altitude altogether, where I was able to just, if I floored it in first or second, I lost traction. And that was just like a lot of fun, and this isn't a car for anything but fun. So, I mean, I'm all about it. The seat's a little, there we go. I just don't like it when the seats are a bit too forwards up. But no, it's great. I'm gonna do a build overview video. There's a comment asking for that, so I'm really excited to do that. I put together like this little list, and then it dawned on me kind of how much this car has had happen to it, and like how much I've done to it. And it's a brilliant fucking machine. Like, my God, I love this thing. You get used to the amount of speed. I've been dailing the Hyundai for a long time, so I'm like still a little shocked at it. And it's funny, like even having one passenger, you notice the speed difference like straight away. So I definitely will go forced induction at some point. Probably not for a couple years. I do have my 7 Series that I'm going to start working on, and you know, maybe I'll do like a little intro video on that. But I don't want to do a video where I don't get anything done, right? Like every video's got to have at least like some sort of thing checked off the list, and yeah, we'll get there. That toolbox, if you've seen it in other videos or maybe this video, my buddy owns it, but I just bought it off of him. He's got some tools he's got to clear out, but once he does, then I'll have like a bona fide toolbox to work out of, and I think the garage can become a little bit more organized after that, which I'm a little excited for. Pressing thing for this car is the oil change for sure, and then also the shift selector seal on the transmission is leaking, so it's pretty wet under there. Shifting fine now, but probably sooner than later for this thing. Yeah, those are like my major top of mind things for this car. Body work, I got some stuff called like Shiny Car Stuff. There's like a TikTok or Instagram ad, and it's supposed to kind of like be like a faux stand-in for like a clear coat or something. So I'm gonna chuck that on and see how it does. I doubt it's gonna go far on like a lot of these body panels, but it might, who knows, it might do something. I think this car is too far gone for what that advertises that it can do. So yeah, I don't know which order too this video is going to come out between this other video that I'm putting together. If you've seen it, you've seen it. It's I do a lot of like video editing and work for my day job, and I don't consider myself a pro by any means. I mean, I'm paid professionally, I do it professionally, but you know, there's always that tier that you think you're working towards, but you're never so sure you're quite there. But I'm going to start doing some kind of like tutorial videos and whatnot on Premiere Pro and stuff, just because there's a few things that I wish I could have seen when I was learning, and things that I wonder if they could be explained a little bit better. One of the ones that I think is really funny, if you guys have any background in film, is anamorphic. Everybody is like, anamorphic, you get that cinematic look, you get that cinematic feel. All it is the aspect ratio. And like, I don't know, there's a lot of kind of like, I don't know if it's like mystification to that stuff, or what the what's going on, but or if you know the people making the videos about it don't really understand it itself. But it's never, the more I learn, the less deep everything seems, and so if I can help demystify that stuff and make content on that as well, I'd be really stoked to do that too. By no means a pro, but I think I could help a lot of people out. And same, I mean, with this car, a few people have hit me up for help on this swap, or like what to do and whatnot, and like I've been, I believe, less than helpful. They're all really stoked with like, you know, I'm able to get back to them and stuff, but like, you know, wiring harness stuff, I did that myself, and I definitely hodgepodged it together, so I can't really give a lot of info on that, and it's all wrapped up right, so I don't really want to like open it up and show what I did for wiring. And then stuff like, you know, other people did OBD2 or like an M60 swap, but they're still hitting me up, and it's like, I can help you with like shift linkage and things like that. But I mean, even then, Chris is a little bit more qualified to kind of give advice on that, you know? So, yeah, it's ripping. Really stoked. I'm gonna have to get some gas. I'm just going on a quick drive. I needed to get this out of the garage anyway, so that way I could get some Christmas lights up, and I've got to seal something in the attic, so who knows, maybe that's in this video too, fuck it. Yeah, I don't know. The car's my entry point, but I'm probably just going to make content on whatever I can make it on and see what sticks. So yeah, maybe I'll see you guys at the house when I get up there and tape some shit up in the attic. But for now, I'm just going to take this. It's not around the block, but I've got a little route that I do. Jam some music, get some Christmas lights up, all that stuff, so cool. Well, shoot, I made it up here. That's the bathroom vent. That's what I'm working on up here. Got the exhaust. It doesn't quite reach to the roof, so what I'm going to do is go around it with some of this tape and then ghetto it all the way, the rest of the way up. But I figure that way at least it'll stop the moisture from venting basically like right here. And it'll be a little bit more sealed, you know,
don't really like that. So yeah, hopefully that helps it out, but it's not comfy through here. Good thing I'm not stirring up a bunch of insulation. It's all cellulose too, and then we put in these batts when I got the house as well, so it's not like, you know, asbestos at least. But yeah, I'm gonna get going on this because I don't know how long I can be in this position. Yeah. All right, well, not mad at that. Lots more tape probably than I needed to use, but peace of mind, right? So yeah. Nobody ever tells you how soft and cuddly this stuff is. I just want to, you know, rub my arms all over it. I'm sure nothing bad from that could have happened, but yeah, we put in a bunch of pink bats when we moved in, and it's done a good job. So definitely better energy costs and stuff from it, but now it's just time to get out, and yeah, didn't stir up too much, so I'm glad about that. And hopefully that means we had not been running the bathroom fan in this bathroom for this reason. So yeah, should hopefully mean that we can now. Sweet.